Oh my god. Diamonds. Nice. No diamond. Castle? Oh, is that it? Okay, and that is the Hammer of the Gods one-shot Pinnacle 4 bosses. So, once again, these are all +4. 4 here, 4 here, 4 and 4, right? No bait, no bait. But, that being said, I absolutely do not recommend anybody play this build. For example, on Arbiter, you might have seen 2 or 3 kills, but actually, the experience is much, much worse. Hammer of the Gods, takes just way too long to come down. And very often, the boss is gone, right? They are no longer where they were. Because bosses aren't static. And it makes a huge issue when landing hits. Now, let's go over the gear real quick. So, hammer is on my weapon swap. Hammer is a level 40. And this is my tooltip. It's pretty good. I managed to craft this mace here. And it is extraordinarily good. Okay? It's insane. So, plus 6 here, 922. Plus 6 here, 845. So, just be wary that this gear is very expensive, very high end. Armor, so plus 3 melee skills here, helps with the levels. Res here. So, I use this chest when I don't need blink. And I use temporalis when I need blink. So I swap between two. 10k life, well, it should be 10k. I don't know why I lost HP. Anyway, because of weapon swaps. Yeah, weapon swaps. And I have plus 2 many skills here for, it gives a plus 5 in total. And then belt gives me the stats here and the stat boots. But the important part is the tree. Now on the tree, I have one with nothing or from nothing and a against the darkness combination here. I've shown it before, so go over it real quick. This gives me all these nodes over here, including this one here, that each give 4% damage extra fire and 4% strength. And so my total is 52% damage extra fire and strength, which is obviously very, very strong. Now this node here is actually anointed on my amulets because these pathing is not worth it, right? It's just not worth it. And I also have a 94% adorned, which is the breakpoint for a 15% rounding up. So my 15%, if you look here, will be in fact 29. So it rounds up to 29 at 94. And these jewels here gives me both the damage and duration of the ignite. So without these jewels, not all of them, but a lot of them, give me duration of ignites, which you can very rarely find elsewhere on the tree. I have it over here. Yep, just more damage and duration. This gives my hammer without Eternal Flame. So it was socketed in for some of them, but towards the end I changed them, right? So I used Primal instead of Eternal Flame. But you can see that my ignite duration is still 10.5 seconds, right? And with Eternal Flame, it's going to be... Am I blind? 14.24. And with Temporalis, my cooldown is actually just 16 seconds. And given the downtime for, the hammer actually landing, is it's 2 seconds. Like, you cast it 1, 2, 3, boom. Like, the cooldown is like 4 seconds down in cooldown. So it's not a big deal in terms of how long it takes. And finally, the other stat we want to look for is Ignite Magnitude. Ignite Magnitude is a very hard to get stat normally. So I already picked them up over here. So you can see I have these damage nodes here for magnitude. And other than these few nodes, it's actually very rare to get. These are just generic damage here. Generic. Also close range. So these nodes here are decent value if I stand literally on the boss. So I'm at maximum danger on the boss doing this. Some more damage here. So hits against ignite. So to reiterate, how this works is I use Solar Orb. Solar Orb will actually always ignite enemies nearby. So have a quick look here. And very close, I'll ignite it. What is this pulsing like with the thing? GGG. There you go. So always ignite it. And this lets me use fire exposure, ship away, to give me the increased effect of the exposure. And then for the rage and for the blood, you see me doing. So I put down my thing here, and I stand on it, and I get rage, right? And this rage stacks up to pre-stack on the boss. Now, then the next part is Infinite Cry. So I have second winds here for Infinite Cry, for Raging Cry, in Rage War Cry. This means I can consume that rage to give a Enraged Cry 30% more into a Rage Forge Hammer of the Gods. So I would just put it down, and then when the boss, I see the HP bar pops up, War Cry, oops, wrong nodes, War Cry, Hammer. And then I use Vulnerability, which I don't have on keyboard, but sorry, Vulnerability, which is basically just Focus Curse, Persistence, Burning, Heightened. I think Ritualistic is better. If you cast Cursed first, then Hammer. If you cast Hammer first, then Cursed, then we use anything else. Just, it's here to give me the all res. Is there anything else to go over? Yes. Actually, the weapon swap tree is set up so that my Hammer of the Gods is the only skill on set 2. The only skill. And then everything else is fixed to set 1. So after I use Hammer, I immediately use any other skill back to block. And if I want to, I can hold the block as well, right? Because it will snapshot damage. And I just remembered that actually I don't always use attrition, but for bossing, it's pretty good. Typically, I would use my Overwhelming Presence for mapping, because Precision and Cannibalism are both mapping gems, and a attrition shop is actually pretty good. And that was pretty much it. I've gone through literally everybody. Oh, links. Crystal War, Twin of Flame, Searing Flame, Rage Forge, Close Combat. Now, some bosses I have Conk effects. Say, if the boss doesn't ever move, for each boss, Conk effect is good. And if it moves a lot, Close Combat. And that is actually it. Yep. Thank you. So, Armor Explosion requires a fully armor broken enemy. And this is done via tree. So over here, Sharing Blow gives break half armor on heavy stun. Okay. And when you actually read break, it's ×3 against normal, ×2 against magic. So if I stun on normal mobs, they are dead. Right? 100% dead. Now, this requires some investment to stun. So I have these ones over here for stun, and actually, that is all I have left. But when I map, I will have some jewels like this one here, because this one is a bossing jewel only. This gives me lots of stun bonus as well. I believe I have more stun here. Yeah, here. So, like, this combo here is just so efficient, because I also get stun bonus here, and then damage against immobilized. And when you stun an enemy, they are immobilized. So it goes bonkers when you get your armor explosions popping off. Some other things would be stun threshold for me. If I was 97, which I won't be, because that takes too long, I would go left side. But this gives me basically, combined with this, like 5,000 stun threshold. So whatever arbitrary number that means, I have no idea. Either way, I don't get stunned. Max res, so I'm at 90. 90, 80, 80. Obviously, I prefer more cold and lightning, but because this gives me overcap, I just decided to drop this. In the future, I feel like I will go for max res jewels if I ever get 100% adorned, which I probably won't because it's too expensive and I'm literally in debt. And I'll go over the jewels one more time, and that should be it. I should have covered everything by now. Oh, secondary single target. So, perfect strike. I use this to clean up rares in maps. It's although it's still slow, it's not as slow as hammer. So hourglass, marshal, heft, window, conk effect. I actually don't recommend conk effect because I think it's harder to land, maybe. But I think conk effect only affects the area effect after, like the wave of fire afterwards, but the actual strike is unaffected. And these ones are filler. This is, I mean, it's supposed to be good, but it's actually really bad. And that's it. And yeah. Are you serious? How is he not dead? Ah! Oh, I can't kill him! I can't kill him. Wait, what? I can't kill him. Okay, that technically counts as a one shot, right? That technically counts.